Thank you so much, everybody, for jumping on here tonight to hear some stories about our amazing super patches that are helping so many people. What we're going to do tonight is just sort of go over the products and let you know what they are and what they do and that sort of thing. And what we just want you to know is that we do not treat, cure, prevent, diagnose any kind of condition or ailment. If we make any claims, we make sure that we're approved to say those claims. And what you're going to hear tonight is stories. You're just going to hear stories from people that have used the product, they've had success with it, and they're going to share what it's done for them. That's simply what we're here for. And if you feel like this is something that you want more information on, then reach out to the person that brought you here to the call tonight. And to keep this within 15 minutes, I'm just going to get started right off the hop here. So the first thing I'm going to talk about here is our Liberty patch. Now, some of you are like, a patch, what are you talking about? Well, what we have here is patches, and I have them on. So I've got, I think, 6 of them on. I don't even know they're on, to be honest with you. But what they are is a pattern on the patch. There's no drugs, there's no ingredients, and the pattern touches the skin and it sends a message to the brain, and it tells the body to help itself with whatever the situation is that's going on. We have patches for many different things. So the first one is the Liberty, like I mentioned, and all you do is you take it out, you peel it, and you stick it on. What does this do? Instantly, it gives you better balance, strength, stability, range of motion. There's been people that felt like they were more energized. They just feel better, more grounded, and all those different things. So incredible patch. It's basically like the foundation of everything neurological. And then if you keep this on every single day, all the other patches are like applications. Just like on your phone, you only need them as you only use them as you need them. So you may have pain today and not tomorrow. You may be stressed today and not tomorrow, and that sort of thing. So I hope that makes sense. So the next one I'm going to talk about is the Freedom patch. This is our Freedom pain patch. All these patches are FDA registered. With this pain patch, we actually have a peer-reviewed published study. All of them will eventually have studies. The next one to drop will be about a patch that's going to be talked about by Tommy. But this one has a peer-reviewed published study. The pain patch is the only patch where you actually place it where the pain is. All the other patches you can put anywhere on the body that you want. It's up to you. Wherever it feels more comfortable or stays the best, or you're not, have a crease going on, you just want a nice smooth surface, you're going to choose where to go with that. The next patch that I want to talk about is the Flow. So the Flow, I'm going to backtrack because the pain patch, this is so amazing that I actually have to read the Freedom pain patch. So backache, sore muscles, arthritis, joint pain, sprain, stiff neck, sore shoulders, hip pain, neuropathy, myofascial pain, musculoskeletal pain, sore knees, elbows, etc. I mean, I have to throw that in there because I don't know if I missed anything, but you can imagine what it could possibly do for you. If you just wear it consistently, you're going to feel the magic. So the Flow patch is the next patch. Now, this is optimizing 5 different networks. So it's helping you pay attention. It's for people like with ADHD, ADD. I kind of say that there's squirrels running around chasing nuts, and you kind of get them all back into one basket and just, you have a better attention to detail. I'm not going to get into all the networks that it sort of touches on, but it's very complex. So all you need to know is that, again, it's a pattern touching, changing the brain to tell it to go and help the person with that situation going on. The next patch I want to talk about is the Focus. This is study like never before. So if you're studying for an exam, you're a student, you're a musician, you're trying to write a song, you just want to just focus right in on what's happening. I actually have this on tonight because I feel like it helps me during the day, but it helps me on these presentations stay on point and, not forget things and just sort of departmentalize things as clearly as possible. We've tested these patches and we're wearing them because we're believers in them, trust me. And we have a 30-day money-back guarantee as well. So, you can use these, and hey, if they work for you, great. If they don't, we're not making any guarantees. We are, though, going to give your money back if you feel it didn't help you. And the next one I'm going to talk about before I hand it over to Tommy is the Peace patch. And this is for stress, for anxiety. And right now, so many people are dealing with this. There's inflation and people are trying to figure out how they're, going to make, payments at the end of the month or whatever the case may be. So this has been an ultimate game changer for so many. My wife used this. She's at school. There's so many kids with issues and things going on. It's, so much better for her to just be in a better state of mind, especially for the health of the kids and the health of herself as well. So what I'm going to do now is turn it over to Tommy. He's going to talk about the other, however many patches we have, because it's pretty cool to see all this happening. So go ahead, Tommy.
Thank you, Paul. Yeah, the however many is because we keep adding new patches. It's amazing the technology that we're coming up with here. I want to just take you down the line. Paul started with the Liberty patch, which he said is like our nucleus. It's like the mothership patch that we all need to wear for the strength and stability and so on and so forth. But you know what? I remember back when I was a young guy, I didn't think I had to worry about balance and stability and all that stuff. And we've got kind of I don't want to call it a sister patch. Maybe it's a brother patch. I don't know. It's a brother or sister patch, and it's called the Victory. And it does all those things that the Liberty patch does, but what really it's more for is performance. Somebody who, maybe I'm a young person and I'm an athlete and I work out or I, compete in sports and I want to enhance my performance in a way, again, with no drugs or chemicals. That's what the Victory patch is all about. Super cool. The next one is the Defend patch. And this is one I wear all the time. And it is what it sounds like. It's the Defend. It's for your immune system. And again, people who are young and think that they're invincible don't think they have to worry about their immune system. I'm one of those people. But you know what? I saw slides where this improves blood flow. And I watched blood cells on a microscopic slide projected on a screen change before my eyes when someone put on a Defend patch. And I've worn one every single day since, because I want my blood to flow. And we all know what's been going on in society with diseases and viruses and so on and so forth. The testimonials are amazing for the Defend patch. Super great if you have allergies or anything like that. Next, this Ignite patch. This is one of our newer patches. As I said, we keep adding new ones. And this burn calories like never before. This burns calories while you're at rest. Proven scientifically to burn 25% more calories while you do nothing. My kind of diet. People that are wearing this patch talk about they don't think about food much anymore. They're not hungry anymore. They don't think about their food cravings, and people are losing weight like it's their job by wearing a patch. The next one, and it's really one of my favorites as well, is this one here, the REM patch. I didn't think I had a problem with sleeping. This helps you go to sleep like never before. I think if this was the only product we had, it would be the most amazing product in our company, because how many people have sleep issues, have a difficult time sleeping at night? Well, you just put this patch on when you go to bed, you take it off when you wake up, and you will have sound, strong sleep. You'll wake up in the morning feeling fresh, go have a great day. I have these deep, vivid dreams, like dreaming in color with all my senses. It's like, I don't know, I guess it's like a psychedelic thing that would have been awesome back in the 60s. The REM patch. And then the brand new one that I don't have to hold up and tell you about is called the Kick It patch. Brand new. Oh, look at that. If you can see in the little square there, Nicole's holding it up, the Kick It patch. And it's not about soccer or football. The Kick It patch is to help you if you've got any types of addictions, any types of bad habits that you want to get rid of. So that's great. Me personally, if I didn't have any bad habits, I wouldn't have any habits. So I'm not going to wear the Kick It patch, but maybe that's something that you or somebody you know would want to try. So anyway, that's the patches. That's what we have. We also have some amazing ladies online right now who we don't know what they're going to say, but they're going to share testimonials about times that they've tried the patch and basically tell us what it's done for them. And we're going to start with our friend Nicole Ashley. Nicole, can you just unmute yourself, and we'd love to hear your story.
Hi, I'm Nicole Ashley from a small town, Kelmar, Alberta. I'm so pleased to be here tonight. Thank you, you guys, for having me. I'm going to tell you a little story. This past fall, somebody had said to me, hey, maybe you should check out the Flow patch. And I thought, I've heard that's really good for ADHD. So I Googled symptoms of ADHD in adults. Well, I'm going to be 62 in a couple of weeks, and I'll tell you, I've never thought of this, but some of the symptoms were like always starting new tasks, not being able to finish a task, sometimes not even being able to have the motivation to wash my dishes. It's a little embarrassing, but my family, my sisters knew, hey, Nicole, sometimes you leave your dishes there for 2-3 days. I just couldn't seem to cross that bridge to do a simple task. And that's one of the symptoms of for ADHD and with adults. Like sometimes I would jump in and speak when it was an inappropriate time, or I would blurt something out, or I was just, taking too much risk in activities, just having a hard time dealing with stress, not being able to sit still, being a little more forgetful, always looking for my keys 100 times a day. So anyways, a whole bunch of these were the symptoms, but the one that was kind of really made me feel really embarrassed is blurting out responses and often interrupting others. Oh my gosh. And, and also just not having the thoughts clear. So having a conversation would be stressful at times. I'd rather maybe be left alone, even though some people say, hey, you're such a people person. But, people would have conversations and they would remember names of songs and actors and actresses. And I had no recall. I also recovered after 25 years of autoimmune illness. I lost a lot of my memory. So I started wearing this flow patch. I'm thankful for being recommended to this. Pay attention like never before. So now I get tasks done without all the stress. My memory's coming back. I'm enjoying conversations with people. I'll be having conversation and names are coming back, and just it's so exciting. Like you can actually participate in a conversation now. I'm getting my dishes done. My office is more organized. It's I get up and I'm more on target. So I just feel less stress. I'm more calm. And often when I'm doing speaking engagements, I'm not all over the place. I'm able to stay on point and be calm and not be so all the time. So, like you can feel like that. So, but anyways, that's my story. And I'm so thankful for this technology. Very, very grateful.
Nicole, thank you so much. That's amazing. I didn't know that was what ADHD was. I know a lot of people that need that patch. So you just gave
Just
me some
Google
ideas.
symptoms of adult. I probably might have had that as a child and never known back then. I'm like the 60s child, so
Yeah.
nobody ever said anything. But you know what it did is it gave me it took a lot of guilt and shame off of me. I didn't understand why. And basically a doctor has said online that that little switch that turns on for people who could do mundane things every day. So you're not lazy if you struggle with this. It's just that that switch doesn't turn on apparently, but with this patch, the switch turns on.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Now we're going to move on to Pauline. Pauline, can you unmute there you are. There you go.
Almost missed it. Yep. My name is Pauline. I'm from northern Wisconsin near Lake Superior. It's about as cold as you can get. And we got a lot of snow. But my experience started last June when somebody sent me some information, and I thought, nah, that'll never fix what I got, So I waited a while, but when the patches came in, I ordered, and I started using Liberty and Defend, and my edema is gone, my neuropathy is gone, the swelling is down, the pain is gone. But the best thing is I have been on blood pressure medicines for over 20 years, and I am off all of them. Every one, 4 blood pressure medicines, and my blood pressure is absolutely perfect. My nurse and my doctor are absolutely stunned. I don't know what to tell them except that it works. So that's my story. But the best story I have is my renter, who lives next door to me. When she moved in, it was about 2 days, and she called me and she said, I think I need an ambulance. And I said, why? And she said, I can't breathe and I'm falling over. I said, I'll be right over. So I ran over there with patches and I said, tell me what the problem is. And she's, I can't breathe. And she looked like she was in distress, really in distress. So I put a Liberty patch on her and I put a Defend patch on her. And within 3 minutes, she was not only stable, she was breathing normally. And she was so blown away that she actually is using more than those 2 patches now. And she's absolutely a believer. It's an amazing thing.
Holy smokes. Well, you know what? You don't think about what you can do for other people. Everybody, I think, that tries this stuff tries it for themselves first. And then everything else just becomes a byproduct after that. Thank you so much for sharing that, Pauline. That's amazing. Let's slide over to Kim. Kim, how are you?
Hi, thanks for inviting me here today, Paul. I appreciate you. And I'm Kim McDermott from Kitchener, Ontario. And I would say I found that when I was about 35, I took up my sports. I'm the young age of turning 62 this year. So at 35, I took up hockey and skiing, baseball and golf. So needless to say, as the years go on, everything gets a little tender. I don't want to be that pylon on the ice. And I was away in big white skiing in February, and I wore the victory patch every day because I found when I wear it, my larger muscles were engaging better. When I didn't wear it, I didn't feel like my muscles engaged to the level that they could. So I was kind of doing on and off thing to play with it at the gym and see what the difference was. So all week long, I'm wearing it at skiing. We fly in here Friday. Saturday night, I have a hockey game. And of course, I'm there right away because that's who I am. And I jump on the ice and I'm a defenseman. And it's like, what's happening? My muscles weren't engaging like I was, and I wasn't turning around. I thought it was because I've been skiing all week. I'd lost my hockey legs. And it just wasn't happening for me. And I was like, my defense partner says, like, what's going on with you? You're not turning around. Like, you got to turn around when they're coming down on you. And I said, I know, I don't know. The legs just don't feel like they're strong enough. I'm not sure what's happening tonight. So Monday night I had a hockey game, and I went out and I made sure I wore the victory patch. And that's when I put the 2 and 2 together. I had totally forgot Saturday to put my patch on. And when I play my sports, specifically with hockey or baseball or skiing, I'm using a lot more of your bigger muscles, your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes, and I need those engaged more. So I was out there and my game was right on mark. Like, she goes, what the heck happened to you tonight? I said, it's that damn patch. I said, when I don't wear it, my body's not engaged to the level that I need it to be at this age. Nowadays, the big joke is if you see a bunch of blonde ponytails jumping on the ice, you know you're going to get your butt kicked because they're all 20-year-olds. So when you're in your 60s, you want to make sure that you've got everything. And with the Liberty patch, as a defenseman, I find I'm not getting pushed over. I'm almost getting the penalties, but I can usually talk my way out of them because they're falling down, coming down to me because I've got better balance and better stability. And when you're, like I say, in this age bracket and you're playing against 20-year-olds that are elbowing you when it's no contact and pushing at you, you've got your Liberty patch on for your balance, your stability. You've got your victory patch on, and all of the bigger muscles are engaged and working at 100% when you're engaged in your sports. So this has been a game changer because I was like, what the heck is this going to do? So I'm one of those skeptics that patch on, patch off, patch on, patch off, game, and I play enough sports that I can do the test, and it makes a remarkable difference in your performance. So like, I don't know why more kids aren't wearing it, and they need it. You got a tournament coming on, you slap this on your kid and you got a winner right there. So that's my story with my
That
sport.
is awesome, Kim. That is awesome. Congratulations for that. And I guess the secret is make sure your whole team has the patches and the other team does not know anything about the patches. So that's the moral to the story, at least the way I caught it. So thank you. You know what? I'll flip it back to you, Paul Austin, and you can land the plane, my friend.
Well, thanks. Thank you, everybody. Great job. And we appreciate everybody sharing this every week. If there's anybody out there that wants to share, just reach out to us anytime. This is an open forum for everybody. And again, if you are interested in more information, please reach out to whoever invited you here, and they can certainly take care of you and get your questions answered. So again, thank you so much, everybody. Have a great night, and we'll see you next week. Same channel, same time.